Good evening, viewers. This is BVI Channel 1. You're welcome back on this platform on Political Review. I still remain as Channel Peters. We are going to be looking at the two major candidates contesting the Enugu gubernatorial election. Actually, we're looking at two obedient candidates from two different parties. Frank Nweke Jr. and Edoga Chijioke, who is the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate. We're going to be looking at these two gentlemen from two different perspectives, because since I published the video on the endorsement of Aisha Bello and the P2B, which many people said they've not had P2B, said it openly that he's endorsing Frank Nweke Jr. But nevertheless, coming from someone like Aisha Bello and the connection between P2B and Frank Nweke Jr. all this while, it has thrown confusion. I must tell you, since I published that video today, a whole lot of mixed feelings, calls from home and abroad, telling me different opinions as to why people should go for Labour candidate Edoga, right? And or the other ones calling why people should actually look at Frank Nweke Jr. So tonight, I've decided to throw this conversation open because I am not speaking my own voice. I am serving the interest of the people. And I always want the opinion of the people to stand. And I stand with the opinion of the people. So because of that, we have brought ourselves to have this conversation, open conversation on these two gentlemen. Who would the Enugu Obidient family go for? Is it Frank Nweke Jr. or Honorable Edoga Chijioke? Now, we're going to quickly take from who are these guys and what do they represent? We're going to look at their ups and their downs from the conversation I've had from different people. We are going to look at it in a very objective manner without bias, so that the Enugu state people and generally the Southeasterners will have the best bet for governorship. And as the advocate for good governance, I stand with the will and aspiration of our people. So the floor will be made open as we go through these two gentlemen. I'll be bringing up their videos. You listen to them attentively and we'll analyze them based on whom you think they are. There are issues that I've already written down from the conversation I had, which we are going to be relating and having this conversation upon. And also, you yourself, the viewers, you have to assess these people based on what they represent for Igbo and particularly for the Enugu state. And as well, look at their downsides. Where are they coming from? What is their political history? And whose interests would they serve? Would they serve the interest of the people or interest of those who have established them? Now, let us quickly go from the upside. Then we'll come to the downside, where we'll now take it up on this conversation tonight. Don't forget, it is a live broadcast. We are streaming live. And in case we have problem with network, it is buffering. Please keep refreshing and keep staying connected to this program. And we also, in case you miss anything, we'll be uploading the recorded version of this program on the BVI Channel 1 Plus channel. We have two channels, BVI Channel 1, what you're watching now, and BVI Channel 1 Plus. In case you've not subscribed on that channel, please search that channel, BVI Channel 1 Plus, PLUS. Subscribe there and stay updated with whatever that you might be missing from this platform. Let us quickly go straight to that of their upside, these two gentlemen. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Sorry about that. I think we had a mix-up there. While we sort the video we are looking out for, so that you'll be able to catch a glimpse on what we are talking about tonight, talking about their upside. Please bear with us as I try to lay my hands on that very video. Let me quickly go and get that video for you. Okay, let's quickly get the video and bring it up to you so that you'll be able to assess these gentlemen properly. We had a mix-up. We couldn't get it. Let me quickly bring it forward so that everyone will be abreast with what we are talking about. Now the video is coming up to you. Please watch it attentively. I'll be right back.
Kankawarun is something. Bikon, hold on. I would have loved to address the issue of the Igbo identity. It's something I speak about all the time. How do we reclaim our identity? I spoke at a public lecture for hours at the University of Nigeria, I think about 10 to 14 days ago. I was there. And I was talking about the Igbo identity. And whether or not you are aware of it, Igbos face an existential threat in Nigeria today. And nobody will save us. Nobody will help us if we do not organize ourselves politically, if we do not mobilize, if we do not chart our own political course. Let this be clear. As for me and my household, I am completely and totally, unapologetically, frankly obedient. Totally. Completely and totally. Without any apology whatsoever to anybody. So anybody is at liberty to hold any views he wants to hold. But I say, as for me and my household, political household, personal household, extended.
I have a manifesto which I have titled Enugu's Place in the Southeast Renaissance. Revitalizing Enugu State with Southeast as a takeoff point. The Renaissance of the Southeast with Enugu as a takeoff point. So you have to rebuild Enugu State in terms of infrastructure. The roads are dilapidated. So if you are saying manifesto, the manifesto is there already writ large. The roads are broken. The educational systems are broken. I have a magazine, the magazine you gave to me, where you're saying written about what you are going to with regards to education. The primary schools in a chaos. There's absolute disorder in the primary school system in Enugu State. Absolute disorder. Even in the planning, even in the position of the houses, even in the structure of the buildings, even the attendance to school by teachers, even the number of pupils, even in the location of schools, primary schools. You see that 3 or 4 primary schools are in one street in most of the villages, one on the left, one on the right. So there's absolute disorder in the primary school system. There's absolute chaos in the health system, national health system arrangement in all the wards in Enugu State. You see the buildings, but those buildings are decadent.
That is it. That is coming from the two gentlemen. You can see their ideology, what is driving them, their commitment to the development of not just Enugu State, but that of the Southeast. Having a political identity, having good governance is driving these two gentlemen, and they are obedient. You can hear it for yourself how committed they are to see transformation of the Southeast, not just Enugu State. So you can see they are really full-blooded Igbo men who wants a better life for our people. Nevertheless, let us quickly look at very briefly and sharply the downside so that we'll be able to, properly balance the two of them. I call it downside somehow, but some people may see it Maybe that is their political opinion. And let me just bring it to you. And when I come back, I'll open up the lines for this conversation to commence. And don't forget, we'll be having our analyst that will be joining us. Sorry, I think we had a situation. We are having mix up every now and then, but I think this one we can fix it quickly to bring you the downside, the video that we are supposed to bring to you. So just take a look at it. I'll be right back.
That Moabo Frank Wike Jr., a little boy from Kano, from Ozala, in Kano West local government area. As far back as 1999, I didn't even have a family at the time. And yet, using myself as a reference, I was invited by another young man who returned from the United States, practically abandoning a successful medical practice, abandoned a very, very, very important medical practice to come back to seek political power to serve his people. And when he returned, after he had won the election, he began to look for young people with whom he could work. I was one of those fortunate to be identified. And this little boy from Ozara, in Kano West local government, he took me in as a son and nurtured me. First, at the Economic Affairs Unit in the office of the Secretary to Government of Enugu State. From there, Chief of Staff to His Excellency, and from there, I was nominated as Minister, and I served in 3 different ministries over a 4-year period. And today, Your Excellency, to the glory of God, that little boy from Ozara in 1999. Today I can stand before presidents. I have stood before kings and queens. I have stood before some of the most important men and women in the world. And so have many, many people whom it pleased His Excellency at the time to identify to work with him. It is to his credit that every single individual, let me say 99.9% of the people seated here today, have in one way or the other emerged from the Ebano structure from 1999 to today.
Thank you. My attention has been drawn through several calls, several messages from interested persons within and outside Nigeria, especially from Enugu State. My candidacy is not about diminishing of any religious faith. My candidacy is not about diminishing any denomination at all. My candidacy is about upholding the tenets of Christianity in all its ramifications. I was brought up on the fundamentals of Christianity, and I've lived a Christian life that can be verified in every ramification. I'm happily married. I wedded in the Catholic Church. I attend Catholic rituals and ceremonies and functions. I have friends from all divides. I'm an Anglican by birth, and I'm proud of my Anglican heritage.
In 4 years, I also personally made sure that somebody from Enugu State, Igwe, this is current Odozibo, became the Pro-Chancellor of the Federal University of Agriculture in Benue State. I facilitated it. So 4 years I was done. And I was ironed out, partly because of my fight against Obasanjo's dictatorship, and partly about dynamics of Enugu State policies again. Because Chimaroke Nemani was moving around saying that I'm from Nsukka area and I should not occupy the House of Reps position for Enugu area. So I came out. I didn't want to stay back in Nigeria because Nigeria was hostile. When the church was fighting Chimaroke Nemani in 2003, I was part of that fight. We waged that fight, and it was the collateral damage on me was immense. Family businesses were destroyed. Uncle was killed. The business is burnt. Vehicles burnt. So I left Nigeria because Abuja was hot for me. Obasanjo, I fought him. I was fighting Chimaroke. There was no place to stay. So I left Nigeria, went to Buckingham University of Buckingham, read law, initiated the process of, that led eventually to a master's degree in public international law from University of London. So I have a degree from Buckingham, a master's from University of London, came back, went to law school, enrolled with Awomolo SAN and Co. Shortly after, I was also appointed by Goodluck Jonathan, where I served. Shortly after my engagement, my principal, Joe Emodi, was removed. So most of that 4 years, I was the person in charge of all presidential appointments. Appointments of all the ministers, all parastatals heads that had to go to the National Assembly. And when I was done, Jonathan wrote me a personal letter of commendation in my service, because not one single nominee of his, not one single was rejected. He needed somebody to interface with the Senate and make sure that everything went well. Ministers, parastatal heads in their hundreds passed through me. And not one day did I go to any of them to ask for any favor. NDDC, NNPC, ministers of this and that. I didn't go to ask for any contracts from any of them.
You're welcome back from that video that you've just watched. We are still live, and it's unfortunate that the network is really very bad, but the broadcast is on record. We are going to still re-upload it either on our BVI channel 1 or on our main channel, which is definitely where I'm going to be uploading it, definitely. So you follow us there and don't miss anything from this conversation, because we're going to arrive at a point at the end of the program. So I'm going to quickly be bringing in people who are calling. You can call directly through our numbers 081045455533 in case you can get through the network, or you call us through our WhatsApp line on the same number. Okay. All right, let us quickly join our team of analysts, and also we'll be expecting your calls when it comes in. If the network actually permits, we're going to take your calls. Okay, there are a lot of calls that are already coming in. Let us see if we can bring in our our analyst there. You are now live on BVI channel 1. Let me begin with Indubisi, who is right there, and the second person is I think Mecca Azubog.
Yes, Ozubo.
Ozubo, sorry. Emeka Ozubo.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for joining us. The conversation tonight is about these two gentlemen, Frank Nweke Jr. of Edoga, and the other gentleman, Honorable Edoga Chijioke, who is the gubernatorial candidate of Labour Party. So we are looking at both of them. Who should the Obidient go for? Because both of them are obedient. But before I bring you in, let me take the caller that is calling us from outside the studio. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, good evening. You are live on BVI Channel 1 Political Review. Yes. Is one, where are you calling us from?
Calling from Boston in the United States.
All right, go ahead, my brother. What's your submission with respect to what we're talking about? I am sorry, the network is really making a mess.
Yes. Yes, sure. I'm concerned about the Enugu gubernatorial election on Saturday. You know, my fear is that the way it is now, two guys that are good and the Edoga, that both candidates are good. But you see, they have to be careful because if they split their votes, BDP might come up again. They're dead. So if we don't want to resurrect again in the East, so I will suggest the BDP candidate collapse into the Labour Party, because what we want in the Southeast is development throughout the whole Southeast. Let us not have APC there. We don't want it anymore. Let us just clean the whole area and let's make the Labour Party so it will be easy. So that no matter what happens in the presidential election, at least we have the whole Southeast. We can develop whatever is the case. That's my point. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ezuwanne. Thank you very much for joining us. All right, all the way from United States, Ezuwanne have made his own submission. What do you think about what we're talking about? You can make your own submission by calling 08104545533. Now I'm back again in the studios, and I think someone else have also joined us in this conversation. We have Emeka Ozigbo and Ndubisi and Enugu, and perhaps Olisa, if I'm not mistaken, Olisa in Abuja.
Yes.
Okay, now let me begin with Ndubisi and Enugu. What is your take on the Enugu gubernatorial election and about the two gentlemen?
Yeah, Chinedu, thank you, and greetings to our people, both those at home and those in diaspora. The expectation from people is that all the political order should be retired. But unfortunately, that's the reality on ground. When people are talking about obedient movement, the expectation is that we should elect the new, brand new political class into political offices. But sadly and unfortunately, brand new people are not prepared. It's not that they can't do well in positions of authority, but they are not mentally, financially, and otherwise prepared to take up responsibility or the opportunity provided by this tsunami ongoing. However, on Frank Nweke Jr. and Edoga, it's true that Edoga was fortunate enough to pick Labour Party ticket. So he will be contesting for the office of the governor as a Labour Party candidate. However, the position of obedient movement all over the world is that we should vote for Labour Party all the way. Whether the person is a corrupt politician or whether he was affiliated with the corrupt political workers or jobbers, that so long as he's operating under the platform of Labour, that the person should be voted in.
Doesn't that concern you? Having people that has questionable character. We're not talking about Edoga at the moment, but generally speaking, talking about whoever that comes up as candidate without minding the person's character should be voted in as long as it is Labour Party. Don't you think that is going to throw up some problems moving forward?
Yes, it will. It will. I don't think I will go with such instruction coming from anybody, because politics is local, and let the local people take the decision. That is my position on that.
Okay,
So
Now,
coming to
okay,
Weke and Odoga, let people in Enugu take the rightful position.
all right. Okay, thank you very much. Let me bring in Emeka Ozibo. What's your take? Very quickly.
Yeah, Chinedu. Good evening, Emeka. Emeka, the Frank Weke and the Edoga. Let me be very frank with everybody, okay? You see, the obedient movement, those that are coming out, first of all, look deeply about their past. You understand me? You
Yeah.
look deeply about what they yeah, and what they have been doing before. If they are good in whatever they have not soiled their hands, then we support them and move with them. That should be the best. Because we've made various mistakes years back. That a criminal will give us money and we vote for him. If we start changing, no nation is being moved in a day. It has to be continuous. It has to be changing continuous. That is how to make a better country. So we look into their past, what they have done before. If they're good, if they have not been indicted, then we will support them. This is how we should be going. Thank you.
All right. Now over to Lisa from Abuja.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll leverage on what Mr. Ndubisi said concerning the Labour Party, because Labour Party is a movement, and really don't at this stage we really don't care whether the person is competent or whether the person is all of them are not competent. We should all of them. The Frankie Weke Jr., you know his intellect and everything. You've seen that intellect in Soludo, and you saw how disappointed we are currently. So the best part is the environment. You know, Labour parties, they have a good environment, a positive environment, and they are being watched. Nobody is like saying Godfather, and nobody is saying you owe me this, you owe me that. No money politics, you know. So it's not about competence now. It's just about the environment, the association, because everything springs from group. Is everything springs from group. So we are going for Labour Party all the way from top to bottom. We don't even mind whether we know the person or not. We are going for Labour Party all the way.
All right. Thank you very much, Henry. Let us quickly go to comments section to get the opinion of the people very quickly. Then when we come from the comment section, we do our final verdict on this, because the purpose of doing this is to give the people a voice and take a stand on these two gentlemen, because there are some issues that are very, very important we put into consideration. All right, we have Sonny, the orator. Okay, he said Labour Party all the way. Please, no confusion from Enugu. All right. Okay, he said, he went further to say that he respects Aisha, but she's not from and shouldn't cause confusion to the focused Enugu obedience. All right. We have Modest for you, who is we are acknowledging your submission, and Kiru Enebeli said that Edoga all the way, or Edoga carry go. So we also have Sonny the orator saying Edoga is their man from Enugu. All right. Edoga, Sonny also went further to say, please not play into PDP hands with this confusion. All right. He said, my brother Peter Obi can give Frank post in his administration after the election, but as for 11th March, it's Edoga. All right. Now, Chizoba Ume said Frank Nweke Jr. is more competent than Edoga. That's coming from Chizoba Ume. Then we have Michael Mario. Michael Mario is saying that mind you, we are waiting for Soludo too. We will never forget. People are dragging Soludo's leg into this. Now, in Kosamo, no be me cause that one. Let us go further. We have Michael Mario. I said, he continues saying, I know that when it's time for Anambra governorship election, you will come out and start making same comparison. Okay, of course, we are going to do that based on the work he did. Okay, all right. We are not playing a politics of antagonism. We are playing the politics of public interest. And for us, our basis is on competence, character, and principle, and delivery of good governance. That is our position. We have Asaba Dragon who said, greetings, great son of the soil. This so far so good. The comments we had so far, the people on the studios, our analysts, I'm just making this assumption before we make our last comment, because I want to keep this very broadcast brief so that people can watch it, share it, and also draw up their own conclusion, because I'll be making a subsequent video after this in the morning. Okay, now, in my own opinion, from the comments, even from respected elders and leaders of the Southeast, they have called me from across the globe, telling me the importance that this campaign from Frank Nweke Jr. is rather coming quite late, and that everyone is focused on labor. And it will, if we continue in this path, that Labour Party and Frank Nweke Jr., that's the both gentlemen, might lose this election because their vote might be splitted. So, based on that, I decided to make this live broadcast and get other people's opinion, read your comments, and come up with a verdict by tomorrow. So that, because we don't have any time, so that the people will know where we are heading to. I'm not speaking my mind, I'm just the voice of the people. Now, from Ndubisi, from what we've said so far, what is your verdict? Where should we go?
Well, Chinedu, it doesn't matter my personal decision.
No,
Even
your own
though
opinion,
we
your
have
own
our
opinion.
voters in
We are opinion molders
Yeah.
here. We are opinion molders.
Yeah. I know I'm holding opinion, but on information available to me, I would rather go to Frank Nweke Jr. because politics is local. I don't have manifesto of Edoga. I don't know what Edoga promised the people of Enugu State. From the available records I have, Edoga was part of Ugu Anye government, and for 8 years, these guys have not been able to provide water, potable water, public water system to people of Enugu State. I don't know water is a key issue in Enugu. And of course, housing. I've not seen affordable housing in Enugu State for 8 years. Rather, what Ugwanyi is busy doing is primitive accumulation of wealth not needed. And I know his commissioner, Edoga is part of his commissioners. And I know in one of the radio stations I've listened, I saw him defending Ugwanyi, saying that he was part of that government. So I will not go for such person, even though the obedient is doing, let's go blindly. Ndubisi and Enugu cannot go blindly. I need to know who the guy is.
All right.
Because 4 years is not 4 days.
All right, Ndubisi, let us cut you off short with that. I'll come back to you again.
Can I ask?
You are going to come. I'm going to bring you in. Let me take a call. Let us bring in someone from outside the studio. Then I will join. I'll bring you guys back again. Let's take Honorable Onyebuchi Okpara that is reaching us all the way from United States. Hello, Honorable Onyebuchi. You're welcome to the program. Please, your contribution very briefly.
Thank you, comrade. Thank you, comrade.
All right, to what we're talking about today, what's your submission?
Yes, to be brief, as you rightly said, I have to thank other listeners who are also in this program. So, my candid opinion is Edogo cannot withdraw for Frank Weke Jr. And Frank Weke Jr. cannot withdraw or put on his structure to Edoga because they were two forces to be reckoned with. So if I were them, I would have prepared Honorable Edoga to liaise with Frank Weke Jr. so that they can win the governorship election in Enugu straight ahead once. But the way things are, they were too heavyweight. And you wouldn't tell Frank Weke Jr. to align with Edoga. Frank was a former information minister during the Obasanjo regime, and he really made his own step when he was the minister. So, and he really worked with people Obi then because Obi was working with Obasanjo during that period. So, I think they have to go to the court and try, their might. So none of them can withdraw for none of them can make any withdrawal or align because they were too heavyweights. PDP is no more on the race, no matter that they failed their candidate. So that's my summation because we can't tell any of them to withdraw. I don't see them happening.
Don't you think that will ultimately hand over the victory back to PDP and the status quo will continue? Don't you think so?
I thought so, but good thing none of them were either, the way you see they were all both obedient. I don't see His Excellency people be coming between them to mediate. It's like if he mediates, it's like he's siding this person and trying to side the other one. But if they understand, I know Frank Jr. should be an elder person to Edoga. I'm thinking, I've not seen Edoga, but I've seen Jr.
Yeah.
So I believe he must be the elder.
Yeah.
So if Edoga can surrender because the life is still on him, he still has enough, he's still young. They will now reach an agreement. After 8 years, definitely I'm going to hand you over because you're a good person. And that's what I'm suggesting. But I doubt if Edoga will try to, accept that kind of offer. I don't know, but
okay.
In honesty.
All right. But if you are to decide, if you are there, where will you go? Because we are opinion molders here. If you are there based on the circumstances, on your own conscience, where do you think should be the people should take their vote to?
To be honest with you, my opinion, if I were there, I would go for Frank Weke Jr.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, brother.
Okay, that is from Honorable Onyebushi. Then we're going back to the studios. Our analysts who are there seated, let us get their opinion.
Be thinking about
you're welcome back, gentlemen, on this program. I think we cut short Ndubisi's submission, but he has actually made most of his comment. Now, to Olisa, let me bring in Ozigbo first before Olisa. On this discussion, on your verdict, where do you think? Where do you think?
Brethren,
Who is speaking?
this movement, okay, Emeka Ozigbo.
Okay, Emeka Ozigbo, go ahead.
Yeah, you see, this movement, like, if the obedient man is not, he cannot perform, I believe we should put in somebody who can perform. Because let me be very frank with all listeners, okay? If you put someone that can perform through another party, it will not take 4 years, that person will change over to Labour. Understand me? Because what I've understood in this black nation is personal interest. Understand me? So what I want to correct one of us. Leadership is in the blood, it's not read in school. If not, we would have gone for professors to be our counselor to president. Leadership is in the blood. It is not read in school, but if it is in your blood and you went to school, it will cleanse you for better performance. Look around the world. The performance Which school did they went to? Which school they attended? Tell me. Leadership is in the blood. Most times it is only in Nigeria we keep on looking at qualification. You are this, you are that, you are that. Why can't we go for professors of political science? To be our chancellor to our president, Nigeria will be a better country. You understand me? So leadership is in the blood. So these two candidates, we should go for the first. That is what I don't know about them, but we should go for the first. But this is what I want to say.
Okay, you don't have anyone you are going down for. You are sitting on the fence on the two of them. But we are here to take a stand. Who will you go for?
No. You said?
Who will you go for? We are here to take a stand.
No. I don't know the two candidates. So I will not go for anyone. I don't know the two candidates. I don't know them. That is why I will not go for anyone.
Okay. All right. Over to Olisa.
Hello. Let me say something, okay?
All right.
Let me say, you do know Peter Obi? If you don't know whom Peter Obi is and see him sitting or standing somewhere and someone told you that this man have up to 1 million naira, you will not that person. You take that person because I beg don't like me. Peter Obi is the only true Igbo man that I have ever seen. Understand me? You know, people have plucked around him. Some are saying that is God that tells him. Why is it that any good thing we plug it to God? Anything we talk about God, you know, Nigerians talk about God repeatedly. We talk about God and we pray more than the whole world. But is it in our character? God is not. I keep on telling people, God is not a magician. It is we that we first of all start moving it before our prayer will start to have effect. You understand me?
Okay.
So let's start looking for people like people who.
All right. I think that's good. We've taken that. Now over to Olisa so that we wrap it up from there. Olisa, over to you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Listening to all this this our analysts speak on this issue is really enlightening, you know. But what I want to point out is we need to look at the long picture. We need to look at the bigger picture. As a nation, as a people, what do we want from Nigeria? What do we want from Nigeria? Our problem is not issue of I don't want to bring an argument, but our problem is not issue of Southeast is not developing or we don't have good leaders in Southeast. Our problem is fundamental, is constitutional, is institutional. And what we want to do is a revolution. We want to change the status quo. And the only way we can do it is through all these things that we're doing, LP from head to bottom, from head to bottom. People might say, okay, it's just a wave, it's just a sensational wave. It's not. We are changing the status quo. Even definitely, it's not everybody that will have a clean slate. Not everybody that will have a clean slate. There are some bad pawns in the game. But the end goal is we want a better country. We don't even, because politics is a science. Without even you knowing what you want to do as a governor that is as a this thing, there are some things that there's a pressure, there's a tension that's upon you, a responsibility. Even though you don't know what to do, that responsibility will give you that knowledge for you to know what to do. But there's no responsibility. See Soludo he came with all emotions. Everybody believed in that you bring unity into the Southeast, you bring development to the Southeast. But he's feeling on that mandate. Not because of he doesn't have the idea, but because of the institution is fundamental. And that's what we want to do. We want to bring a revolution. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being part of this program. We enjoyed your participation and your commitment on this platform, especially your contribution. That is where I'll be wrapping it up. Those of you who have been on the on our YouTube, making comments. Let us quickly take the one or two comments from there before we wrap it up completely. We have Chizobume who said, I'm from Enugu State. I'm proudly obedient. Frank Nweke is more competent than Edoga. That is what Chizobume is saying here. And that is it, my people. By tomorrow, we'll continue on the comment section to get people's opinions and also true calls. By tomorrow, I'll be making a comment, or perhaps we'll continue on this deliberation by tomorrow as well, so that we'll be able to know where and how to go about this. Ultimately, we don't want PDP to return back in power in Enugu State and many other states. Okay, APC and PDP must be retired. That is the mission of this revolution.
Yes.
Okay, and Labour Party all the way. But for me, just like some of our people pointed out, we place competence above sentiment. So on this, I'll be wrapping it up. For those of you who are unable to watch this program, we're sorry because of the network failures, but we'll be uploading the recorded version. That is why I want to keep it short and brief, so to the point, so that you can watch and share it among other people. We'll continue this conversation from the comment section. To the gentlemen in the studios, thank you very much, gentlemen, for participating with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Emeka Ozibo, and thank you, Ndubisi.
Yeah, good night.
Thank you.
And Olisa, thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, gentlemen, viewers and
Thank you.
subscribers, that is where I'll be wrapping it up. Thank you for watching. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing. You can go to BVI Channel 1 Plus to watch this video, or you can also follow all of our other programs and our content, raw content we are dropping on BVI Channel 1 Plus. As we're uploading them, you get properly informed. Don't forget to drop your comment. This conversation continues. I'm Asuchinan Peter saying good night and God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow on Political Review. And Obidient family, be steadfast and don't lose hope. This revolution must get to its final destination, and ultimately our stolen mandate at the presidential election will be recovered. Watch the video I'll be publishing anytime soon, and you'll be confident of what I just said. Bye-bye for now, and good night.